So let's get to it, shall we? CEO James Graham joining us live from Tampa, Florida. Hey, nice to see you again on Ausbiz.
Hi, Nadine.
Bit of
Thank you for having
excitement
me.
lately. Yeah, Recce Pharmaceuticals shares today even up by 11%. Now, I know you'll say as CEO you're not concerned with that. It's about the results. 21st of the 6th, so that was just a few days ago, you had pretty positive phase 1 safety data coming through. For what? Talk to us about the product.
Yeah, look. First and foremost, I am always conscious of our share price, and I do thank shareholders for taking a renewed interest. I'm the second largest shareholder. My shares are worth much more than my salary, and our goal is to obviously create value of achieving commercial outcomes. So announced the other day was, I don't know, the next 50 or so patients, or forgive me, we've dosed approximately 50 patients, the next 10 of that dosing cohort, which is intravascularly administering our compound at 4,000 milligrams over a 1 hour infusion. We are the only new class of antibiotic in clinical stage at this time, the only sepsis drug candidate in clinical stage at this time, and in fact, the only escape pathogen capable new class of antibiotic at clinical stage at this time. So at these levels of concentration, demonstrating good safety and excellent tolerability at these higher doses, it really gives an encouraging indication of what may be possible when we look to obviously efficacy that would come into phase 2.
Yeah, okay. So what are the plans for phase 2, or when might that happen?
Well, it's a wonderful time in the company in that we have a program running in parallel that is in fact an efficacy program utilizing the compound on a vulnerable patient population which is infected burn wounds. That study is sponsored by the West Australian Health Department, so it doesn't cost us anything, and it's led by former Australian of the Year, Professor Fiona Wood, and her colleagues. So what we've really seen is a capability running in parallel of demonstrating working against gram-positive infections, gram-negative infections, including those burdened by biofilms, which existing antibiotics have great trouble in handling, and working when other antibiotics have not been able to treat these vulnerable burns patients. So we get the efficacy insights running by way of a topical indication in that burn wound study, with the safety and tolerability parameters of the most invasive method of administration being intravascular infusion. I really see that as each program moves through its natural stages of study that it should continue not research for research's sake, but towards that end goal of market approval.
Yeah, got it. Now, you heard one of our previous guests saying that, look, the company's in a pretty strong cash position because you're in the expensive phase of everything, right? You know it. I don't have to tell you. End of last quarter, you had about $16 million in the bank. So I know our guest said that you're not burning through cash in any unacceptable way, but what do you do? I mean, how many levers can you control in terms of cost and cash burn?
Yeah, look, I really, and I don't wish to suggest the experts in their respective analytical field are incorrect, but in our case, because what I do know is we burn 150,000 Australian dollars per month in our fixed monthly burn rate. We've got a small facility, we've got less than 10 people employed. It's our variable costs, which are well budgeted and are well anticipated, where the real capital gets deployed. So we have expended our capital for this phase 1 study. It cost us about $2 million Australian dollars. We have expended no capital for the burn wound study, as it's sponsored by the West Australian Health Department, and we continue to move our preclinical assets from a portfolio approach to come to the stage that we're at right at this moment, where we would anticipate, if successful, moving into a clinical stage. So for us, as would have been seen in that quarterly, 134 quarters of capital, I think that's ridiculous. But what it really suggests is significant capital to be deployed to create shareholder value, because it's very simple to monitor whether the bacterial count in the blood goes up or the bacterial count in the blood goes down. Pathology is simple enough to assess all the other parameters, and really it's just a business as usual, getting ahead.
Got it. What are you doing in Tampa?
It's good fishing in Tampa.
Yeah, okay,
What?
so
No.
this is pleasure.
Forgive me. No, there's been a real I don't want to say exodus from traditional markets, but New York, San Francisco are not the places of old. There's been a significant movement into perhaps tax-friendly areas, Texas, Florida. and there's a significant military presence in the region and medical research activities surrounding the biotechs, medical research, and capital that comes with the investment community narrowing in this area. So clearly, I can't say,
Okay.
but I'm here for good reasons. I wish I was fishing, but really I love business and we're just getting ahead with our natural
Yeah.
stages.